Hey everybody, welcome to Kluge Tech Time. I'm David, and this is the Ryze Tello. Some people call it the DJI Tello. It is sold by DJI. It's made by Ryze, which is supposedly a different company, but it is sold by, it is marketed by. I got emails from DJI about this. So it is powered by DJI, but it's made by Ryze. It's shipped from DJI, so there's a little confusion there. Now the Tello is not meant to be a full camera drone. It is a camera. It has a camera. It's a 5 megapixel camera, 720p video. There's no storage on board, so there's no SD card. There's no storage at all. So don't count on it as a full video like you're going to do for like a Spark or a Mavic Air, Mavic Pro, one of the other DJI drones. This is really not one of those. This is just a toy, but it's a fun toy, and it's got a lot of cool features. For those of you guys who are just starting out on drones, maybe this is a great one. For those of you guys who have kids who like to play around, this is fun. For those of you guys who have dads and adults who like to have fun, this is a fun little drone to have. So it's got a lot of cool little features. It has a lot of automation built into it. It's powered by DJI. It has Intel technology inside. Intel's important in the drone market because they're doing a whole lot of really cool things with drone technology. Not necessarily for consumer consumption, but they're doing a lot of really cool innovations with it. And you guys probably watched some of the Winter Olympics. I know it's pre-recorded. They didn't do it live in South Korea as part of the opening ceremony, but they did do it for real, and they did some really cool things with little drones, not much bigger than this, about the same size, and got the sky lit up and did some really cool things. So Intel's important in the drone market. I think you're going to see more of Intel moving forward in the drone market because of what they're doing there. Now, of course, DJI is part of the Tello project. It is powered by DJI technology. Ryze licensed their technology, and they have done a whole lot with this. So they're marketing it. DJI is. You buy it from DJI. If you don't buy it from the DJI store, you can go to the Ryze website and click on buy it now, but you're going to be taken to the DJI store. You can buy it from other retailers. I bought this one actually from newegg.com, and it was actually shipped from DJI, not from Newegg. So I think that DJI is extremely involved. I'm not sure what the relationship is between Ryze and DJI. I know they're two separate companies, but I'm sure there's got to be some sort of relationship there. Anyways, so this is a fun little drone. It has altitude hold, so when you raise it up, it's going to try and keep a certain altitude. Wherever you set it at, you let off the sticks, it's going to hold there, so that is good for beginners to get used to drones. It also has visual positioning technology that scans what's underneath it and keeps it in one place. Now, there's other drones out there that have some of the same technology. You're not going to find them that have a 13-minute estimated battery life. This is an 1100 milliamp hour battery, which is really big for this size and this price point. But one of the downfalls that you get with this is that there is no SD card. There's no onboard storage. So the video that you take is being streamed back to your phone via Wi-Fi. And yes, it's using Wi-Fi to control it. You control it from your phone. There is no separate remote control that comes with this right now. You can buy, I think they're called GameVice and GameSir. They're two different companies that are making Bluetooth like game controllers that have actual sticks that pair with your phone via Bluetooth, and then your phone is what is actually connected to this. So there are controllers that you can get, but you're still connecting the controllers to your phone and your phone to this via Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi is important to understand because there are limitations. You're not going to be taking this 2 miles away. You're not going to be taking it 400 feet up in there. You're going to be taking it about 30 feet up at the maximum. About 10 meters is the maximum. That's the maximum of the visual sensing system that it can actually see down. It actually works best, they say, under 20 feet, about 6 or 7 meters. So you don't want to be taking it too high. And I think they say that you can take it out maybe 100 meters, but you really don't want to be taking it very far. Now, I'm out here outside in the park today. I've flown it a lot inside, I've flown it a lot in my backyard, and it is a lot of fun. It will handle a little bit of a wind, not a strong wind, a little bit of a wind, but that is something that it can handle, because it has this visual sensing system that helps it keep its location. So it is actually really amazing how well it will just sit here and hover. So rather than keep spitting out different specifications and all that kind of stuff, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw it up. We're going to start talking about all the different technology that's in it. We're going to start talking about the different capabilities that it has. All right, so let's go ahead and get it up in there. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into the Wi-Fi, or the first thing you're going to do is press the power button on your drone. There's only a single power button, so you can't mess it up. You don't have to do anything fancy. You just press the button once, and then you'll see that it will start flashing some different things here on the front. You want to wait until it gets to be a blinking orange. I don't know if you guys can actually see that very well. Once you do that, then you go into the Wi-Fi settings on your phone. Make sure that Wi-Fi is turned on, and you're going to find the Tello right there. So we click Tello, and it's going to go ahead and connect. It's connected there, so we are good. You go in and you go to the Tello app. Now, one thing that I don't like about the Tello app is that it doesn't rotate, okay? So if you hold it like this, it's upside down. You have to hold it like this. All right, so make sure that you're holding your drone flat before you try and take off. Now, I'm a little bit concerned. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit gusty, so we'll see how it actually goes. But keep that in mind as you're watching it. The wind is a little bit more than is probably ideal for flying a little tiny drone like this. Now, if you're flying a DJI Phantom or something like that, this is nothing, right? Or even for a Spark, this is nothing. But for a little, I think this is like 80 grams or something like that. It's weighs next to nothing. And so that is difficult. All right, so here we go. So there is a couple of different ways you can launch it. We're going to try the fun one first here. We're going to do the little toss and go. So you go into the airplane mode, and then you go and you find up and out, throw and go. Okay, so then it says, now there's a bit of a problem with the directions, okay? So the directions say it's going to count down to 5, from 5 down to 1, and then throw it. It says after. You don't want to wait until after. That's a recipe for throwing it on the ground, I guarantee it. So once it starts counting down, I wait until it gets, the propellers will start going. Once it starts counting down, then you just go ahead and toss it up in the air, and it should go. So here, let's give this a little bit of a try. Now the wind is blowing this way, so I'm gonna throw it up in the air this way a little bit. And here we go. So the blades are spinning, and you just pop it up, and there it goes. You don't even really have to like throw it, but you can see it's hovering around right now, and you can see that it's come back here. Oh, there you go. I didn't touch the sticks, and it came back to me right there. Let me lower it down just a little bit. So the wind kind of caught it there and blew it off a little bit. So, but you can see I'm not controlling it. Oh, there it goes. But it's going to try and come back. So the wind is gusty. If it was a steady wind, it'd be able to hold better. But you can see that it's sitting at an angle, so it's trying to do its thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'll take just a little picture here of where I'm at. Let's turn and face you guys, show you a little bit here. Go ahead and take a picture. We'll take a little, I raised it up. Come on down. Take a little selfie of myself here. All right, so, cheese. So 5 megapixel pictures, 720 video. We'll go ahead and switch to video, and we'll start recording. So let's, hi, how's it going? So let's go ahead and do one of the first, the most useful probably mode is the up and out. It's a little bit like the droney that comes with DJI, but we'll go ahead and do that. It's actually going to stop my recording that I'm already doing. It's going to stop that and start doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and say start. Oh, actually it didn't. All right, so bye. All right, so let's bring it back to me, and we'll do it so that you guys can see a little bit better. So here, let's bring it over, bring it forward. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is if you're flying outside like this, you're going to want to go into the settings and you're going to want to change the flight speed from slow to fast. All right, so let's go ahead, fly at me. All right, we'll come a little bit closer. All right, let's do that up and out again. So up and out, start, and bye. So there it goes. All right, so let's bring it back a little bit. So it's maybe important to mention the sticks on the screen. The sticks on the screen work just like Mode 2 on pretty much any other drone platform, and in fact, they call it Mode 2. All right, so what else do we have? So the other one we have is, so that was up and out. Of course, we've got the flips. We want to get those in before the battery gets too low, because once it gets below 50%, you can't do them anymore. So it can do right to left. It can do left to right. It can do front. Scoot it back just a little bit. It can do backwards. Now this is where it's a little different than a lot of the other toy drones out there, is it can actually do kind of angular ones. So they call them 8D flips, because it can do forward, backwards, left, right, but also the angles, forward, left, forward, right, backwards, left, backwards, right. So you just do that at just an angle like this, and it flips over at an angle, which is pretty cool. And it takes maybe just a second in between. After it finishes one, it's kind of got to settle itself back in and figure out where it's at before it will do the next one. All right, so see it there? All right, so there we go. Scoot it back a little bit. So I'm at 53%, so it's going to, once I get to 50%, it's no longer going to let me do any flips. So it's, yep, flip failed. Battery level is lower than 50%. All right, so let's get out of that. Let's go into the airplane modes again. So the next one is we'll try is bounce mode. Now this one is just kind of a fun little thing, but it's really not useful for the most part. So let's fly it a little bit closer. Okay, so now we're going to go into the bounce mode. Start. So now it's just going to drop down and bounce up and down. So can you see that there? So it'll just sit there and do this as long as you want it to. It doesn't, this is not timed as far as I can tell. It'll just sit there and bounce up and down. And, you know, it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool to see, but, you know, it's really not a lot of function for it, I guess. But, you know, it's a toy, so what the heck, right? All right, so let's go ahead and stop that. Let's raise up a little bit. And then what other ones do we have? So then we have the 360. So when we do that one, it's going to run 360 around. So I'll go ahead and start. Oh, the 360 actually just stays in place and does a circle. So it's just going to sit there and turn around in one place and turn in a circle. So we can see that going on right now. All right, there we go. And then let's do the, I think, which is the last one, which is a circle. So we'll go ahead and do a circle, and it's going to do a circle around, and we'll see where it goes. It's probably going to try and run into you guys here. So let's, yeah. Uh-oh. So. You can just see, just doing probably like a 14-foot radius or something like that, I would say. And set you guys back down there. All right, so we're at 21%, at 10%, about 10%. It's just going to go ahead and land itself. So let's just fly it around for a little bit and see what you guys can see. So we'll turn it around, face it that way. 18%. Oh, we got to move it back into fast. All right, so raise it up. So that's 5 meters, 6 meters. So point it away, and 12%. All right, so I'm gonna bring it back here because it's gonna start trying to land here in just a second. 9%. Hasn't tried to land yet, so that's good. So still hanging at 9%. Hasn't tried to force me to land yet. So maybe it's 8% is the magic number, I forget. 9% seems like it's lasting pretty long. $8. All right. Yep, low battery now. All right, so now it's trying to land. I can try and override it, but as soon as I let go, then it's gonna try and land. So I'll just bring it a little bit closer to me and let it go ahead and auto land itself. So it's just sitting there hovering saying, dude, do you really want to land? And I'm just gonna hold the stick down, the left stick down, and let it land. So that wind's really picking up now, so all right, so that is the flight modes on the Tello. So it says about a 13-minute flight time. I'm not sure it gets quite that, but it's far more than the kind of like 4 or 5 minutes that a lot of other of the little tiny drones get. So that's a thumbs up. I really like that. Now, one of the things that I wish it had was onboard storage, because the videos, although they are recorded at 720p, that is being transmitted back to your phone and recorded on your phone. So if you have interference, your signal's not strong, whatever, all of that gets transmitted back as part of the recording. So you don't get the original recording. If you guys have used DJI drones, you know that the video that gets recorded on your phone in the cache is not near as good a quality as the video that's stored on an SD card in the aircraft itself. So that's something that I wish that it would actually record. Now, there are a lot of other competitors out there. You know, the toy drone market is a pretty saturated environment. But I think what you're going to find with the Tello is that it's got great battery life, it's got great technology for the altitude hold, but it's got to have good vision of the ground and have a nice texture on the ground for the vision system to be able to hold its position. Now, if you have a flat surface that has no texture to it, if it's maybe a calm day and you're flying out over the water, now it's probably not going to be able to control itself, which is fine, but it's just going to be in altitude hold mode, so it's not going to be able to hold its position in the horizontal plane, but it will keep its position vertically, which is pretty cool. Now, I think one of the funnest places to use it is actually inside. If you have a reasonable sized area in your house, I was flying it up the stairs and into the playroom where my boys have their video games and stuff, and was stalking them. They were trying to do their homework at the kitchen table, and I was stalking them with it on that. And so, you know, there's a lot of little things, right? You know, I know I'm an 11-year-old boy, just like my kids. But you know, it's fun, right? All work and no play makes a boring something or other, right? So anyways, that's the Tello. I really enjoy it. If that's the type of technology you like, then I highly recommend it. Now, it's for those of you guys who want to have absolute control and want to be able to fly it with no assistance. The Tello's not really for you, of course. There are other drones that have kind of similar technology. You know, there's a Parrot drone that has, you know, the downward vision sensors for position hold, but you're not going to get the 13-minute battery life. It's estimated from them at like 6 or 7 minutes, right? And it's not going to have the camera that's sending a live feed back to your phone that you can watch on your screen. It, I think, has maybe a camera, but it is only recording it on the SD card, so you can't watch it on your phone at all. So that's you know, all the competitors that are there are going to have kind of their ups and downs as to you know, what features they have in comparison. But I think if you're interested in drone technology, you can't really go wrong with the Tello. It's a fun little thing. It's safe. It's easy to use. People who are not expert flyers can grab it and fly it really easily. But I will warn you, don't use it in strong wind. It's not strong enough to be able to overcome even a stiff wind, I would say. I'm not sure what sort of specifications they say, but you know, you got a good breeze. That's going to be all right. You saw it here as I was playing with it outside. There were some gusts that tried to take it, but you know, kind of pushed it away a little bit. But it was able to fight back and get its position. So pretty cool stuff. All right, guys, so that is the Ryze Tello powered by DJI and Intel inside. It is a fun little drone. I highly recommend it if it's something you're interested in, but don't confuse it with one of the other DJI drones. It is not a camera drone. It is not something that you're going to get great pictures out of, great video. If you just want kind of off-the-cuff, random, odd stuff and you're really not looking for quality, that's fine, right? It works great. But if you're looking for a camera drone, this is not it. This is just a toy to have fun with, play around with. And I certainly have had a lot of fun with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Got a lot of content coming out for you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Love to see you guys part of the channel moving forward. And we will see you on the next one. Take care.